Hi, this is Asa, and welcome to my audio experience. Blood pressure, diabetes, depression, you're struggling with something with your family. Maybe it's financial, maybe it's health related. We all have struggles, no doubt about it. But the biggest thing is to know that you have the ability to believe again, that you have something on the inside that nobody else has. And sometimes we forget that. Sometimes we forget that we are some of the most resilient people that can come out of where we are. On this show, we want to encourage you, give you tools, give you the tricks, give you the ways, and really more than anything, give you the encouragement to be able to come out from where you are and win. Sometimes we got to believe that we can win again. A lot of times people feel like they can't. But they always say there's an adage, and when I say this, you may get it, you may not, but winners win. And what it means that when you say that, winners win, it means this. It means that people that win, whatever it is, athletes, people in business, people in their families, people in ministry, whatever it is, people win, winners win because they find a way. That no matter what the obstacle is, they find a way. And I find that in health, it really becomes like that. Because in our health, when you're a physician, you see a lot. I mean, a lot. And we get so hung up. I think we're moving into a different phase now where we know that our health is not so much what grandma and grandpa passed down. So just because someone else had diabetes, it's not because you have, if you get diabetes, it's not because grandma and grandpa had it. It's not because, if your blood pressure comes down. No, you have blood pressure issue because you eat too much, you have too much stress, you don't drink enough water, you don't exercise, right? These are all what we call lifestyle-related conditions. So the good news is that no matter what you have or what is coming down the pipeline, you have the ability to change your own life. In health, it's one of the biggest things, but no one wants to take responsibility for their health. But on this show, we want to help you do that. Here in our company, we want to help you go to the next level in your health and with your life, and that's what this show is all about. You can always call us, 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Make sure to check us out on the line. Go to drasa.tv. That's drasa.tv. Listen, we want to be here with you to help you no matter where you are and what you're struggling with. Listen, the lines are always open. You can give us a call. And don't forget that you can go online, send me an email. I'll make it part of the show. Also, anything with social media, you DM me, direct message. That's what that means, obviously. But if you DM me, I'll be glad to answer that for you as well. And a lot of times, if I don't catch you on the show, I'll go in and answer on YouTube. So make sure to go to our YouTube channel. Check that out. We'll be answering your questions as well and just giving you those tools and tricks. And plus, you can share and comment. Make sure to do all of that. All right, let's get on to the phones and go to Claire. Hi, Claire.
Yes, I have shingles, have had for going on 2 years, and I'm 88 years old, and I wondered how I could get rid of them.
Yeah, so shingles is interesting because it's a virus, right? And you're 88 years young, which is exciting. Okay, you got plenty of time, and you're still a spring chicken, so you better believe that. So you're 88. Okay, so the good thing is that, and you sound like you're 58, so that's the good news. But the reality is that shingles is, they always tell you to get the shingles vaccine, and that's a big, big push when people get in their latter years, in their 70s and 80s and whatnot. And I want you to use your best judgment on that. Go with what your doctor says, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you want to make your good decisions. What I want to help you focus on is really the biggest thing is keeping your immune system as strong as possible. Okay, so the main thing to focus in on is what you're eating every single day. Make sure, no matter what, okay, that you've cut out all the processed foods. Cut down your sugar in a major way. Okay, so if you're one that drinks a lot of sugary type drinks, even fruit juices, you want to cut those back considerably, if not completely eliminate them, because sugar is one of the number one root causes of lowering the immune system. And when you're dealing with shingles, because remember, shingles is nothing but the herpes zoster virus, which if you've had chicken pox, it's the same thing. And it lays dormant. We had that as a kid. Most of us did. It lays dormant. And when it gets activated under severe amounts of stress or with some of the aging process, that's when it can become a little bit of an issue. So that's what I would encourage you first to do, is to work on your immune system. Eliminate some of the foods that will hurt the immune system and start to build the body up with things like vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, those kind of things. That can make a huge difference. Make sure to give us a call, 888-283-7272. If you haven't got a copy of my book, we're giving it away for free. My hardback copy of my best-selling book, giving it to you for free to help you, encourage you with your health and your life. Go to myfreehealthbook.com. That's myfreehealthbook.com. You can get that there. We want to help you with whatever you're struggling with. We want to help. Got a question that came in from Stacy, and she was asking about stem cells. And do I think that if they're valuable, good, a waste of time, waste of money? Let me just jump in. I'm gonna go right to the chase. We actually have a stem cell center in Florida that has just become an epicenter where people come and they get work done. Okay, so whether it's a shoulder or a knee or an ankle or any of your major joints where you're facing potentially a replacement. Now listen, the orthopedic surgeons are amazing. To get to that level, the skill set is absolutely amazing, okay? And there are many times that you do need surgery, need a replacement, but there's this in-between time. Because even when they say it's bone on bone, there's still a little bit left. And the body's amazing. If you can stimulate proper stem cell activity in the joint itself, research has now shown, and we've done this long enough now that we know, the research has shown that it can rebuild the tissue and give you a little bit extra, and it maybe even avoid the surgery altogether. But what if you could do stem cells in your knee and you're facing a knee replacement? But what if you could put stem cells in the knee and it rebuild the connective tissue and remove the pain and give you more cushion and allow you to function? Now, if you've got to lose weight, obviously that's one of the big ones, right? I mean, if you're 200 pounds overweight or 100 pounds overweight, many times you're going to need to address the weight before anything. However, the stem cells will still work regardless of your weight. But if the stem cells you take and decide to go that route, just know that you're going to have to address the weight issue too. Like, you have to put the work in. There's no way around that. In this type of situation with our health, we have to put the work in. So with the trillions of cells that we have and the body's constantly in a state of regeneration, that's the great news. I mean, just because your body is a certain way now doesn't mean it's what it's going to be a year from now. It absolutely amazing. Our body regenerates every single day. Each day, old cells die off, new cells form. We get a brand new body. Some say every 7 years, some say every year. Our body is in a constant state of change. And that's what's so great about it. So I love it that when God made our bodies, and that's what I believe, that he gave us such a way that if we mess up a lot, that we can start making new choices. We can start exercising. We can start eating healthy. We can start doing the right kind of things that will get our body going in the right direction, and we can get a second chance. We can get a third chance. You can get cancer and overcome it and have a healthy body again and win. Are you with me? Like, you can have all these things if you know what to do, but it's about knowing what to do. And now the research, look, it's amazing. Like the things that we're learning right now, like with stem cells, it's been done long enough that we know it works. And we know it works for certain things very, very well. So it's just about making sure that you get the right person that knows what they're doing and, a good place that can administer something like that. It's really a great way to go. So stem cell therapy, to answer that question, is I'm a huge fan. I believe regenerative medicine is the forefront. And I believe that between that and some other techniques that have come down the pipeline, I think that we're going to be able to we're going to be able to repair a lot, okay, and give people their life back. But, I mean, our goal in this show, in my companies, and really with our overall culture is that we believe that life can be just as good at 25 as it is as 95. Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
To find out more, connect with On Call Radio online at InShapeNetwork.com.
And that's for sure. Just because we gain years in our age, it doesn't mean that you have to lose quality of life. It doesn't. Now, you have to do the work, and you have to have the right strategies and do the right things, but you can get your life back. You can have great 70s, 80s, and 90s. You can crack 100 and be a part of the Century Club. You can do that. But you have to have the right kind of tools. Definitely, you have to have the right kind of mindset. 888-283-7272. I'm Dr. Asa. Check me out, drasa.tv. That's drasa.tv. We're here for you each and every day, no matter what. You can always give me a call, send me an email. Just go to drasa.tv and send me an email there. I'll make it part of the show. Whatever you need, we're always here to help. Make sure to get my book, too. So we're giving away the book for free. Don't forget myfreehealthbook.com. Just go to myfreehealthbook.com. And we can send that to you absolutely free. Look, we want to encourage you, help you. It's a hardback copy. It lays out everything. And the other thing to make sure, if you haven't done it already, is to join our community. Our community is amazing. We've got great people in there that struggle like you do, that are winning like you want to. And it's got an entire community that will just take you by the hand. Just go to the website, drasa.tv. You can find our community there and be a part of that. We call it the Health Club, but you can be a part of it. We'd love to have you in. I go in there and go live every week, so I know we hang out here on the show, but you can see me, you can hang with me live. You can actually talk to me live as well in that setting, or if you just want to send me these little chat messages, you can do that as well, and we can answer that. But I do that every week, so we want to get you a part of that, so make sure to join that, all right? 888-283-7272 is the number. Let's get on the phones and go to Ross. Hi, Ross.
Call about how to recover after a day of no sleep. I'm on the second day. I went to the first day after, which was yesterday, and I want to know how to recover on the second day, which is now. So I'm going through. I've been asleep for 9 hours, and I'm trying to figure out how to recover. Still trying to get my edge.
You know, let me just say this about sleep, okay? And I know people struggle with it. It's one of the number one things that we see. We talk to our providers. Health coach providers are constantly talking to people about better sleep. There's a lot of reasons that the body doesn't sleep and that you can't shut the mind down and get it to rest. I mean, there are subconscious things that can happen, right? Like life stress happens and can put you in a place where it's very difficult to shut your mind off for you to be able to sleep. But there's also our basic neurotransmitters that we have, and they play a big role. So with GABA, which is one of those, it plays a real big role in chilling the body out. And if you don't have enough of that, it's very hard to wind down and go to sleep at night. The other thing is to make sure you have enough serotonin. Enough serotonin helps to make healthy production of melatonin as well. Those two go hand in hand, and of course melatonin is extremely important, secreted by the pineal gland to make sure the body calms down at night when it gets dark and puts you into a state where you can sleep. When you're sleep deprived, like what you're talking about right now, it affects everything in the body. I mean, it's like a cascade. Comes through and affects the hormones. It affects your mental alertness. It affects your judgment. It affects your ability to make good decisions or bad decisions. It affects everything. Cardiovascular system, very hard. Throws blood sugar all over the place. I mean, like the body goes haywire when it doesn't have sleep. It's one of those essentials that we have to have. So the biggest thing is to figure out, I would get testing done on your neurotransmitters, your brain chemicals. Because if they are off biochemically, then that's going to be one of the major issues of why you are not sleeping the way you need to. The other thing is adrenal fatigue. It's something that's not addressed a lot in most medical clinics, and it's something in healthcare that we now are seeing is a major deal. Your adrenal glands are these two tiny little glands that sit on top of the kidneys, and they get exhausted. And if they are not being supported nutritionally in the body, it can cause things to go haywire. It also makes it difficult to fall asleep at night. So I would get the adrenals tested in some way, some form, fashion. If you want to get with one of our health coach providers, we can help you do that. But look, I'll give you some practical things that can help. Getting testing done to know exactly what's happening with your neurotransmitters is very important. The other thing, though, is important is magnesium. Magnesium is so key. It is in control of over 300 processes, chemical processes in the body. And like 98% of people are deficient in magnesium. And here's the key. With magnesium, a lot of times it doesn't show up on the blood test so much. So you'll be more symptomatic than anything else. So that's why magnesium is so important to make sure you get on a regular basis. Now, you can get it from food, but most of the time, if you're deficient, you need to supplement with it. The best form of magnesium for sleeping at night is magnesium threonate. You can also get magnesium glycinate. Those two. The threonate is going to cross the blood-brain barrier, which is going to be great, but the glycinate gets into the muscles. So you've got two different kinds that can make a big difference and get you into the proper state of where you need to be and to get resting very, very well. The other thing I was tell you is to make sure to eat a small amount of protein before you go to bed. It will stabilize blood sugar. So if blood sugar is throwing things off, then it will take care of that and make a big difference to get you into a good stage of sleep. So glad you're with us. 888-283-7272 is the number. Give me a call. You can also go online, go to drasa.tv. That's drasa.tv. We're here for you each and every day. No matter what you're struggling with, remember, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. Lifestyle is the medicine. Now, it's so funny because we hear a lot about people. They're like, I can't lose the weight. I'm taking 8 medications, and I hear this a lot. I was working with someone the other day and just talking with them. They've been a long-time listener of the show, and we've put them through our coaching program, and they've been with our providers, the whole 9 yards. And they were just whining and complaining how they could not lose the weight. Now, this is after like a year of working on this. And I said to him, I said, look, we set up an exercise routine for you 6 days a week, okay? How many days a week are you exercising consistently? Well, 1. How are you going to lose the weight if you're not willing to put in the work? Like, this is the thing, okay? Everyone's looking for a pill. Everyone's looking for me to say something profound that you can just hold on to and go do that one thing, and you lose the weight, come off the medicines, whatever. It does not work like that. That's not how it works. You have to put in the work. You have to be willing to do today the tough things. You have to be willing to work hard. You have to go to the gym when you don't want to go to the gym. You have to go out and walk when you don't want to go out and walk. You got to get up in the morning early to get things done when you don't want to. And I have to do this every single day myself. If people think that I just, I'm the one teaching you all this, I don't have my own struggle with it.
Want to turn back the clock 15 years and have more energy? This is Dr. Asa telling you to just breathe with LiveO2. LiveO2 delivers the right amount of oxygen we need for optimal health. Go to liveO2.com. That's liveO2.com.
To find out more, visit the show online, InShapeNetwork.com.
Look, if you're around me a lot when I'm by myself, there's a lot of self-talk going on. Like, you think I'm here encouraging you? I have to do this to myself every single day. Like, I will have conversations with myself. Like, I want you to know this is real. Like, I will have conversations with myself about how I don't want to go to the gym. And I go 6 to 7 days a week, and some days I train 3 a days. Okay, I'm still at that level where I'm training like that. I will sit in the car and have a conversation about how I don't want to go in. And then I have to tell myself to go in. And I have to give myself like some analogy of if I don't go in, how I'm going to feel. So just so you know, you're not the only one that struggles. Like, all of us experts, if you want to call us that, right? The ones that we all have it figured out. We still have the same struggles that you do every single day. Why? Because we're human. But the key to success with anyone that makes it, whether it's weight loss or coming off medications or whatever, is the hunger and the desire, and most importantly, it's the discipline to be able to make good decisions day in and day out. And it's making good, hard decisions when it's really, really difficult, and being able to push yourself in those moments. That is what separates a winner from someone who struggles every single time. And at the end of the day, no matter how much self-talk I've got to do, I know at the end of the day, that's why I've got 3 doctorates. Trust me, it's one of the hardest things I ever did is to do that. And you cannot believe the 3 and 4 hour sleepless nights I've had doing all of that. But I learned that discipline of saying, you know what, it's worth it. And when it comes down to like loving your family and being here and being healthy for them, look, every day you get up, just know that you got to put everything into it to have the health that you want to make your life the best version of yourself. Welcome. We're so glad you're with us today. This show is all about you. It's about your health. It's about your life. Remember, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. Lifestyles are medicine. The choices that you make and I make every single day can determine and will determine the kind of health you're going to have. The good news is that it doesn't matter what you showed up with today. It doesn't matter what you walked in with, tuned in with. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter if you're 40 pounds overweight on 8 medications, because today can be a brand new day. The body is amazing. And if you give it the right tools and you have the right discipline and you make the right choices day in and day out, the body will respond by giving you amazing health. Your health is not determined by grandma and grandpa, mom and dad, and what was passed down to you. Okay? Remember this. Recipes are passed down, but it's up to you whether you're going to eat those recipes and continue those recipes or form a new recipe that you're going to push into your family and your generation after you. So you can break that. Many times diabetes, they think it's this weird genetic link. It's not. Okay? It's not. It is your own habits that you teach your kids, and they teach their kids, and they teach their kids. Because I promise you, if I came over to your house right now and I looked in your kitchen, right, you're going to have a recipe or casseroles, something that was passed down from Great Aunt Edna that everybody still eats all the time because it makes you feel good. Great Aunt Edna is still around. And that's the kind of thing that when you do those kind of habits and you have those kind of habits day in and day out, that's why when you see a family that's overweight, you don't usually see one person. It's like everybody, kids, everybody. I've rarely ever seen a really fit set of parents and just an overweight kid. Doesn't happen. Why? Because they've already got good habits established with themselves, but also in the home. And that's what they're teaching the kids. So I say all that to say this, that whether it's dealing with weight issues or medications or whatever it might be, that the power of this thing is in your hands. That's the great news about this. Your health is determined by the choices that you make every single day. Not me, not someone else, but you. You can make the difference right now, whether you take 2 medications or no medications, whether you're 20 pounds overweight or you're in great shape. Like, you make those choices. And it's one choice after another, after another, after another, each and every day. But it comes up to you. I can't do it for you. You have to do it for you. 888-283-7272. You can give us a call here on the show. Always, we take your calls live. And also, go to the website. Go to drasa.tv. That's drasa.tv. Send me an email. Go to any of the DMs on my social media, and we will answer those for you as well. All right, let's get to the phones and go to Elsa. Hi, Elsa.
I listen to your show regularly. I am a registered nurse of 40 years, but I have a serious problem. I have asthma. Cushing's syndrome caused from the prednisone for the asthma, and gastric reflux disease, which is causing the asthma. I'm in a catch-22, and I would like to talk about some homeopathic things that I can do because my doctors have given up on me.
All right, well, here's the thing. You're a nurse. Okay? First of all, thank you for being a nurse. Like, I always say in the hospital setting or in, outpatient clinic, I mean, I don't think nurses get the respect a lot of times that they deserve. I really don't, because you are really the front lines. I mean, you're doing pretty much all the work. Like, we come in, we do a couple things, and you're doing all the work with the patients. So I just want to say thank you. It's kind of like, when somebody has served in our country and we say thank you. Like, in the healthcare field, I feel like nurses are the ones I just want to say thank you. So I say that to you first for whatever you've done in your space to help so many people. I know you have. Let me jump in and tell you this. Number one, with gastric, with GERD, right, with reflux, one of the main things you've got to do is focus in on an anti-inflammatory diet. Here's what I want you to do. Go get a free copy of my book. We're giving it away for free right now. Hardback copy. Go to myfreehealthbook.com, myfreehealthbook.com. Start on that, because when you lower inflammation in the body by the food you eat every single day, and it's going to take at least a month of doing it consistently, it will lower the inflammation, and it will make a radical difference in every area that you just talked about. And the doctors may give up on you, but we're not giving up on you. And that is for sure. So many people struggle. So many people are struggling right now, I think, with so many conditions. And it really comes down to choices. I get frustrated because now more than ever, it seems like it's tougher to get in to see a doctor for anything, right? Like, you've got to book, they're so booked up, and you got to book so far out. Heaven forbid you have an emergency and you really got to go to the ER and then sit around and wait, bleeding half to death in the corner because they're too busy or because you didn't bring, a mask or whatever. I mean, if there's so much stuff going on, that's settled down a lot now. But anyway, my point is that I think it's more difficult now to really get answers. Now, fortunately, like with our company, we have telehealth. So you can get appointments with doctors over video, phone, whatever, and communicate with them that way. And that's been a game changer. Like, I'm so glad that so many companies, Medicare, Blue Cross, all of them have come on board and said, you know what, we're going to support this. We're going to support it in a major way. Like, they used to kind of dabble in it, but now all the insurance companies have really come on board and they see the value in it, which I'm excited about that. So I want to encourage you, make sure to give us a call here on the show. We'll answer your question. If you haven't got a free copy of my book, go to myfreehealthbook.com, and we'll get you a copy of that. Let's get on the phones and go with Monique. Hi, Monique.
I have a lipoma on my right shoulder, and I'm getting it removed. And I was just wondering what supplements that I should probably take to heal up or before my procedure to make it go easier.
Yeah. So the good news is lipomas are benign, right? So the 99.999% of the time, they're not cancer. Now, they pull them out and they'll test them to make sure they're not cancerous because they do that, okay? That's just good practice. You always want to double check, triple check. But, you know, lipomas typically form, it's basically like a fat cell that swells. And there's a lot of different theories of why that happens. I can tell you this, that if you don't have people that don't have great digestion, meaning that they don't have enough of the hydrochloric acid in their stomach that breaks down the proteins effectively, so it leads to things like GERD, that sort of thing, they tend to have lipomas more than someone that doesn't struggle with digestive-related conditions. And what they found, and this is not in standard medicine, this is more in naturopathic medicine, they have found that people that have low hydrochloric acid in the stomach, and this happens with age, like over the age of 35, stress levels get high, and you start developing these things where you don't have enough hydrochloric acid. People that don't have enough of that tend to have more of things like lipomas, and it really comes down to just building up your hydrochloric acid a lot of times in your stomach, making sure you're digesting things very, very well. So what do? Well, number one is if you do suffer with any digestive-related issues like that, then you want to focus in on things like apple cider vinegar, which is great. You can take that with meals. Now they have the new gummies out, which are actually really good. If you look at the ingredients of some of those, like Goli, they're really good, and they mask a lot of the taste if you don't really into that part and you don't like that burns your throat or whatever. Those are very, very good. But I would look at apple cider vinegar. Also, you want to look at L-glutamine. It's an amino acid that you can use to really help the digestive system. We get depleted in L-glutamine quite a bit, and we don't get it naturally so much. It's very hard for our body to get that. And so if you exercise a lot, it can really pull a lot on the L-glutamine. So getting more of that in helps digestion, helps a lot of other things too, like the immune system. Now, the one that's really interesting that you want to look at is what we call the bitters, okay? So there are a lot of herbs that are in the bitter family that you can get and use, and it makes a big difference in your overall digestion. Digestive enzymes are great too, basic, simple, nothing too extravagant. Those are like very easy. All health food stores, and get our website. Of course, at our store, we have them, have our own entire line. So you just go to the website, go to drasa.tv, and you can find those there. But also, remember that one of the big pieces that you have to focus in on when you deal with lipomas, I'm glad you're getting it removed, but moving forward, you want to focus on the digestion, and also you want to focus in on getting the right kind of fatty acids. So I would get a test done to check the different fatty acid levels in your body, because you want to check the omega-3, 6s, and 9s, making sure that you're getting enough of those. A lot of times, if you don't have enough of those, it can trigger things like lipomas, because remember, these are just coming down to fat cells. That's all they are at the end of the day, for the most part, 99.999%. But that should help. Get started with that. Keep me posted. Make sure to get a copy of our book for free so you can learn a lot about this. Go to myfreehealthbook.com.
Did you know that you can listen to the ASA RX audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Radio and watch On-Call TV at InShapeNetwork.com.
So glad you're with us. Look, this show is always about you. 888-283-7272. That's 888-283-7272. Give us a call. Go to the website, go to drasa.tv if you want to do that, and send me a DM or send me an email, whatever you want to do to be part of the show. We want to help you with whatever you're struggling with. Because remember, if the body can get sick, it can also get well. Lifestyle is our medicine. The choices that we're making right now, every single day, it matters. I get a question a lot about, because we're heavily into regenerative medicine, is what they're calling it now. We've had functional medicine, but now there's this whole area called regenerative medicine. And I just, the whole concept of aging fascinates me. It always has. Because I was always wanting, like, somebody that really just blew me away in all of this was Jack LaLanne. If you don't know who that is, you need to look him up. If you're a millennial, you probably don't know who that is. But if you're in your 70s or 80s right now, you know who that is. And Jack LaLanne, fascinating. They call him the father of fitness. He was way ahead of his time, but he was always pushing the envelope with aging. He wanted to do things in his 80s that no one else could do, like get in the harbor in New York and have like 10 tugboats that he like put a chain in his mouth holding all 10 tugboats and swam across the channel at 80 something. Okay, like for his birthday, that's what he did. Of course, it was all over the news and everybody covered it. But it was amazing just to see someone like that lead the way of like healthy eating, healthy lifestyle. You can do more than you believe you can. When you're 60, it's not over. When you're 70, it's not over. You really can go to the next level with your health. And if you focus on that, you're going to have a great quality of life. Like he was that guy. And I just love it because, at the end of the day, you have to realize that your choices really matter. And if you've made a bunch of bad ones, it's okay. Because you really can get back to a place where if you start making the right kind of choices and form new habits and have the right discipline, you can have the kind of body that you want. You can lose the weight that you need to. You can come off the medications that you need to. You're not stuck where you are. I mean, that's the biggest thing that people need to realize is that you're not stuck. You're not stuck where you are. You can come out of where you are and get to the next level with your health in your life. No one can take responsibility for your health but you. You are the only one that can take responsibility. I can't do it for you. Your friends, your family members, your coworkers, your loved ones, no one can take responsibility for your health but you. You have to step up. And I'm going to challenge you to step up. Because, if I could do this for you, I would. But I can't. And only you can. And so I know that there are families out there that struggle with this. You've got a kid, or you've got a grandson, or you've a grandchild, or you've got a daughter, or you've got a parent that's acting like a kid and they won't listen to you. Okay, how many people know that? That is a big deal. And it's one of those things where you have to start living the life yourself as an example. That means eating the right kind of foods, anti-inflammatory based diet. It means exercising on a regular basis. It means drinking plenty of water. It means getting the right kind of rest. The habits are not difficult. Like, this is not rocket science. If you need help with any of this, myfreehealthbook.com. We're giving my book away for free. Like, it will tell you A to Z how to live a healthy lifestyle. If you just go to myfreehealthbook.com, look, we'll help you. It will help you get to the next level with your health in your life. I've got a master class that we've done online. It's very simple. You can watch it on your iPad, phone, computer, whatever. Just look at the master class. Go to drasa.tv and click on the different topics, and it'll take you right to that master class. You can get that on video and watch it. It's very short, quick, and will teach you everything you need to know about blood sugar and high blood pressure and losing weight and depression and feeling more, having more energy and hormones and all of this. I've got every topic you can imagine right there, and I want to encourage you. Like, go and study and do the work. Learn what you have to do. If you think that you only have to take a pill and you'll make it all go away, that is so old school medicine. That is such a bunch of bunk. It is. Like, no pill is going to make everything go away. Everything that has to do with health, you have to put in the work. No one else is going to do this thing for you. And you don't want to get to your 60s and 70s and be in a really bad situation and realize, oh, man, I should have put the work in. When you can do that starting right now. So glad you're with us. Look, this show, I love it because at the end of the day, no one can take responsibility for your health but you. 888-283-7272. Go to drasa.tv. All right, let's get on the phones. I know you've been waiting. Let's go to Terry. Hi, Terry.
Yes, I'm having trouble with both my knees, and I was just wondering if there's something I can eat or do that's best for my knees to not hurt so much, ligaments and tendons and stuff. There's no breaks or anything, and I am diabetic and have high blood pressure. The only other problems I have.
All right, so when it comes down to your knees, let's talk about it for a minute, right? Number one, with any kind of joint-related issue, you want to be on an anti-inflammatory based diet. That is number one, hands down. Make sure that's a top priority. And if you don't have it, you don't even know what that is, it's in my book. So if you go to myfreehealthbook.com, that's myfreehealthbook.com, you can get a free copy. We'll send it to you just to be an encouragement to you, okay? It's hardback copy. It'll have everything listed out, what to eat, what not to eat. All of that will be in there. Number two is you want to start thinking about stem cell therapy. Getting stem cells put into the knee, one of the safest, most effective things that you can do for any kind of joint. And so if you're facing any kind of consistent joint pain, arthritis, whatever it is, stem cells are the absolute best, the safest. Because here's the thing, with stem cells, what I love about them so much, and we have a stem cell facility, one of the top facilities in the country here in Florida. And so make sure, if you need help with that, go to drasa.tv, send us an email. We will get you set up with one of our stem cell physicians and get you set up in that space. Because here's the stem cells are one of the best ways to get a joint to regenerate. Now, you may not be facing surgery. You're kind of in that in-between phase. And the in-between phase is the best, because when you start with arthritis, which everybody has a little bit of that as you age, the stem cells will go in and rebuild. The worst case scenario with stem cells is that they don't work, but they cannot hurt you. That's the good news about it. But, I mean, like 85, 90% of the time they work. So imagine having a joint pain, like a knee, and having stem cells put in, and 60 days later, you can walk and with no pain. I mean, I hear these stories all the time. We see it in our clinics all the time, okay, with our providers. So if you need that, just get with one of our health coach providers. We can help you get stem cell therapy, whatever you need. Look, I would look into that, because the knee, shoulder, whatever it is, so much of our quality of life is in our mobility. If you lose your mobility, you start to rapidly decline, okay, in a major way. That's why exercise is important. That's why the things that you do every single day is vitally important with your habits. So remember, the choices that you're making every single day will determine the kind of health you're going to have. Stem cell therapy be one of the best things you can do for you. And if you need help with that, just let us know. Now, I love being with you here on the show. This is all about you. We love helping you, encouraging you. We love helping you believe again, because that's the whole thing. Always believe. No matter what you're struggling with, always believe. Doesn't matter what the doctor told you, always believe. It doesn't matter what they told you that it's going to happen 30 years from now because you got these genetics. Don't believe the hype. Just believe. Make the right choices every single day to be the best version of you. Don't let anybody tell you anything else. Focus in on who you were designed to be. Make those good choices, and guess what? You're going to come out great on the other side.
Did you know you could listen to the ASA RX audio experience on Spotify and Pandora? For all the ways to watch and listen, check out our show page at asarx.com/experience.
Hi, it's Asa. I'm giving you a copy of my best-selling book for free to help you in your health journey today. I'll pay for the book. All you do is just cover the small shipping and handling costs. Go to asarx.com and get your free book today.
This episode is over, but check episode notes for links to products and services you've heard about on this episode. Thanks for listening and subscribing. Please share the ASA RX audio experience with others and stay in touch by giving us your comment or review.